Hello, boys and girls. My name is Mary Lou Anderson, and this is my friend, Squeegee the bookworm. Hi, everybody! Say, Squeegee, since you're a bookworm, maybe you could help me find a book about health and drugs.
Well, I'll sure try, Mary Lou. But why do you want a book about drugs and health?
Oh, Squeegee, I want to learn more about how drugs can help you stay healthy, or how drugs might make you sick.
First, would you sort of tell me what drugs are? I only have a fuzzy idea.
Well, Squeegee, a drug is a substance, other than food, that when taken into the body, produces a change in it. Drugs are powerful, and if misused, can be very dangerous. Didn't you hear about Mark and Billy?
No! What happened?
Oh, something awful. It was last week when Billy was wearing his new blue and white t-shirt and came over to play at Mark's house. Mark's mother was busy, so the boys were trying to find something to do by themselves. Billy said,
"Oh, I know. Let's play hospital. I'll be the doctor and you be sick."
Mark went to the medicine cabinet in the bathroom to see what he could find to play with.
Oh, no! Didn't he know better than to get in there? Maybe his mother should have kept it locked.
That's right, Squeegee. You and I know that children should never get in the medicine cabinet or any other place where medicines or drugs are kept. Well, anyway, they were looking around, and Mark found some pink-colored pills.
Oh, I'll bet he thought it was candy.
I think you're right, Squeegee. Billy couldn't read the label too well, and Mark couldn't read it at all. But they did know that it looked just like candy.
Say, that's really dangerous when some medicines look or taste like candy. There are other things that look good to eat or drink too, but are dangerous to even taste.
Yes, indeed, such as soap and paste, cleaning fluid, gasoline, disinfectant, bleach, and many other things around the house.
Well, quick! What happened? I hope they didn't eat any of the pink pills.
Oh, Squeegee, I hate to tell you what happened next. Mark remembered an ad he had seen on television when some pills made the man get well right away. So he and Billy pretended they were doing the same thing.
Oh, no!
Billy just poured a big handful of the pills out, and they both ate some. In fact, Mark ate quite a few.
Oh, dear me! Doing that could make a person very sick, or maybe even die.
Yes, Squeegee, that's true. But lucky for Mark and Billy, just at that moment, Mark's mother came in the room, and when she saw what they were doing, she became very upset.
But it was a good thing she found out about it. And what did she do?
The first thing she did was to ask how many pills they had eaten.
Oh, well, I guess Mark could tell her how many, couldn't he?
Not exactly. He could only show her the pills and tell her that he had eaten more than Billy. But luckily, Mark's mother could tell from the bottle how many the boys had taken and what kind of medicine it was. The next thing she did was to call the doctor. An ambulance came right away, and both boys had to be taken to the hospital to have their stomachs pumped. They were very, very sick, especially Mark, because he had eaten the most.
Well, then what happened? Did they get well, or what?
Oh, Squeegee, I'm happy to tell you that they both did get well, but only because Mark's mother could tell the doctor what kind of medicine they took, and how much and when, or else he might not have been able to help them.
Boy, I'll bet they learned a lesson. I'll bet they will never get in the medicine cabinet again.
You're right, Squeegee, and that's a good lesson for all of us to remember. In fact, that's why I was looking for a book about drugs and health. Say, here comes Smarty Pants. Do you think he will help us?
Well, I don't have a book, but I can sure tell you some important things to remember about drugs. First of all, drugs can do many things to the body.
Well, Smarty Pants, what things can drugs do to the body?
Why, drugs can take away hurt or pain. That's why the doctor gives certain drugs when a person has an operation, so it won't hurt so much. Also, drugs can cure sickness. If a person has a serious illness, such as pneumonia, drugs can help him get well. Another important thing drugs do is prevent illness. That means drugs can keep a person from getting sick.
Oh, come on now, Smarty Pants. How can drugs prevent illness?
Why, when you have a vaccination, for one thing. A measles vaccination will prevent you from getting measles.
Well, Smarty Pants, you do know a lot about drugs, but you have forgotten one important thing. Drugs can help only if they are prescribed by a doctor and given by the doctor or nurse or by your parent. And drugs can help only if they are taken as prescribed. That means that drugs should be taken exactly as the doctor has told you to take them, and only as printed on the label of the bottle.
Well, if drugs can do so many good things, why do we hear so much these days about the bad things that drugs can do?
Oh, good old Squeegee. Of course drugs can do harm if they are used the wrong way. Sometimes we call that drug abuse. If you take drugs or medicines that were prescribed for someone else, or if you take them in the wrong dose or at the wrong time, drugs can do bad things. Medicines or drugs may make you very sick if used the wrong way.
So taking drugs for fun or playing with medicine like Mark and Billy did is very dangerous. Then drugs can only make you sick, perhaps very, very sick.
And don't forget that some drugs may look like candy. The person giving you the medicine should always read the label closely.
And something else. There are household things that might look good that aren't drugs at all. They are just poison, such as bug killer or cleaning fluid.
But how can we tell if things are poison, Smarty Pants?
Oh, that's easy. The skull and crossbones, like pirates, are usually put on the label of poisons. So you should look for a sign like this.
Well, what if the skull and crossbones isn't on the label? You can't be sure if it's poison or not. Then what should you do?
Well, Squeegee, the best rule is never to eat, drink, or play with any strange things, whether marked or not.
Well, I'm worried now. What can boys and girls do to make sure that medicines or poisons won't make them sick? I hope there's something they can do.
I know what they can do. Throw away old medicines. Pour them down the drain.
But Smarty Pants, why not throw old medicines away in the trash basket?
Because babies or small children or even pets might find them in the trash. Oh, to be safe, old medicine should be flushed down the toilet or drain. Goodbye forever. And other medicines or drugs should be kept only in a locked medicine cabinet. And children should never, ever get in there. Only a parent.
Mark was certainly doing the wrong thing, wasn't he? Perhaps the boys and girls could teach younger children at home this rule. Never, never get in the medicine cabinet.
Now, here's a big thing to remember. Never take drugs from a stranger or even from a friend. Drugs should only be bought from a drugstore by one of your parents. Only your doctor and your druggist know what medicine is right for you.
But what about those ads on TV that promise their medicines will make you feel better fast?
Oh, Squeegee, those drugs advertised on television aren't meant for you or children. Only your doctor or parent or nurse should give you medicine.
Well, I will remember those things, but if someone made a mistake and accidentally took too much medicine or the wrong medicine, what should he do? Lots of people make mistakes.
Yes, Squeegee, that's true. If a boy or girl makes a mistake about drugs, he should do what Mark did. He should tell his parent or teacher or school nurse as soon as possible.
And he should tell how much medicine he took, and what kind, and when. That's really important. He should hurry, too.
Yes, indeed. One reason Billy and Mark got well was because Mark's mother called the doctor right away. If she hadn't found the pink pills and called the doctor quickly, it might have been too late.
Well, I'm sure glad to learn these things about drugs and how they can help us if they're used the right way, or how they can hurt us if they're used the wrong way. I'll just remember that drugs should be used only for a very good reason. But how am I ever going to find a book for you, Mary Lou, about all these important things?
Tell you what, Squeegee, since I know so much about drugs, and I know all the answers, I'll just write a book about drugs and health. Yes. I'll call it, Smarty Pants Tells About Drugs.
Oh, no, that's not right. We should call it, Squeegee Learns About Drugs.
Now, Smarty Pants and Squeegee, don't fuss. Let's just get together to remind the boys and girls again to be very, very careful about drugs, so that drugs will be good and never bad.